Hello there, my little ghosts, and welcome back to another spooky story. Please make sure you claim your tombstone in a graveyard by subscribing to the channel. And if you enjoy my stories, don't forget to leave a like and maybe a comment. And without further ado, let's begin tonight's story. I will reveal to you a ritual I have used to keep my marriage happy and flourishing. I have paid good money to obtain it back then, but I want anyone who might need it to have access to it. The purpose of this ritual is to bind a lover to you forever. I am well aware of the fact that there are many rituals, potions, and spells out there that claim to do this. However, I can promise you, none work as well as what I have in store for you. This is what you will need in order to begin the ritual: a fine teeth comb, a wide teeth comb, 3 black pillar candles, whiskey and wine, and 2 glasses suitable for both respective drinks, 3 pieces of white paper, a fountain pen, and an inkwell, and finally, a sharp dagger. No, it cannot be a kitchen or pocket knife. It must be a dagger. A vintage one, preferably. Now that you have acquired all necessary items, here is how you will proceed. On a Friday night, lock yourself in a dark room with no source of artificial light. This includes phones, smartwatches, and yes, the blue light of your charging laptop also counts. Also, I hope you have some sort of blackout curtains or blinds, as you cannot let any light from outside in your room. In said room, you should bring one of the black pillar candles, something to light it up with, the fountain pen, inkwell, and a piece of paper, and finally, the dagger. Undress fully and pick up the dagger. You will make 2 cuts with it on your chest as close to the heart as possible, while doing your best to make the cuts form an X. As you do this, say the following chant: cross my heart and hope to die, kiss your sweet freedom goodbye. If you don't, I'll make you cry. If you do, I'll make you mine. When you are done, collect some of the blood in the inkwell and proceed to write on the white sheet of paper. In this first, shall we call it, love letter, you are mentioning the name, date of birth, and location of the person whose love you are after. You should describe as accurately as possible how you wish they would treat you and the feelings they should have for you. When you are sure you've finished, fold the paper 3 times towards yourself and place it under the pillow where they should sleep. If you are not yet sleeping together, or they are not coming home for a few days, just place it under the spare pillow next to where you rest. Do not patch your wound. Wash and clean and go to sleep, leaving the candle on overnight. If, by the time you wake up the next day, the candle has completely burned, you are safe to proceed with the next step. However, if the candle is still burning when you wake up, Burn the letter with its flame, and then throw the candle over your left shoulder in a body of water, preferably moving water, a stream, a river. In this situation, you have been protected from this person. They either bear ill will towards you or have been previously cursed for a great sin. Thank the spirits and move on. For those of you who can go on with the second night, make the same preparations. Walk into your dark room with the second candle and sheet of paper. Undress and prepare to draw blood. You will notice that your wounds are healed and there is no scarring. Proceed to chant the previously mentioned words while drawing your blood. This time, your letter will include every detail you can think of about your intimate life with your person. Describe what you wish your in-between-the-sheets time to be like, the kind of passion you have for each other. Get creative and have fun with this one. Remember that everything you write down will come true. When you are done, fold the paper towards you 3 times and place it under your person's pillow. Leave the candle on overnight. If it has burned completely by the time you wake up, you will be granted your wishes and desires. If, however, the candle is still burning, it means that your person carries a deadly illness of the flesh, and you are being warned. You can still proceed with night 3 if you wish. Dispose of the candle by burying it into the ground, no matter the case. Interestingly enough, if your candle has burned completely, but you find fresh blood around it, it is an indication that your person is innocent. They have not yet experienced the pleasures of the flesh. Now, to those of you who can proceed to the 3rd night, follow the same set of instructions. This is the night that you finally seal your deal. This time, however, I must warn you that once you draw blood for the 3rd time, the scar will not disappear anymore. However, you can relocate it someplace else on your body. Most females undergoing this have chosen to relocate it on the back of their knee. Most men hide it in their underarm. The idea is to hide the proof that you have done this ritual. The way you relocate a scar is by simply cutting another X someplace else on your body after drawing the blood in your inkwell. At this point, your chest wound will heal and the new wound will bleed until it scabs and eventually heals into a whitish scar. It is said that the reason why it is paramount that you draw blood from the chest is so you connect your heart to your person's heart. And the reason why the 3rd wound doesn't disappear completely is because, once done, this ritual cannot be undone or repeated. You can only bind one person to you forever, and you bear the mark of the cross for it. Back to the ritual. This time, you will write your contract with your person. It should sound something like this. I, your name, bind your person's name, soul to mine, to love me until my final breath and cherish me until I am no more. I therefore invite you, Spirit, to help me in so doing and awaken the love in their heart. Sign your name on the contract and fold it 3 times towards you. Place it under your pillow this time and go to sleep, leaving the candle on. When you wake up in the morning, you will find the candle has not melted at all, and yet it's still burning. This is because it now serves as a lighthouse of sorts, helping your binding spirit to navigate from the other side to you. It will burn like this until the next day. After waking up, retrieve the 2 combs and proceed to comb your hair with either of them. You should repeat this gesture about 33 times with both of them, or until you accidentally drop one. Whether it is the fine teeth or the wide tooth comb, one thing is for sure. You will drop one of them while using it. Now here is why that's important. Dropping the fine tooth comb foretells the visit of a woman. Dropping the wide tooth comb foretells the visit of a man. Take notice of which of the 2 falls on the floor, as it will let you know what drink you should prepare for your guest later. If you will host a woman, set the table with red wine and the 2 wine glasses. If you will have a man, set the table with the whiskey of your choice and 2 whiskey glasses. It is important to note that during the day you will receive many knocks at the door. Every 10 minutes or so, someone or something will knock 3 times at your door. They want to come in. But I promise you, you do not want to let them in. Ignore the ones that knock 3 times and be as quiet as possible. If they hear you, they will not go away so easily. They will persist. And some, as I have learned the hard way, may even become violent. Abstain from speaking to them as well. Do not tell them to go away. Do not tell them to leave you alone. Just be quiet and pray they will soon go their own way. At some point, someone will come along and knock at your door 2 times. They will speak to you, and they will sound exactly like your person. I'm sorry to come here uninvited like this, but I really need to speak to you. This is something I meant to tell you for a while now, but did not find the courage to proceed. Please, I know you're home. It'll just be a moment. I know how you feel for me, and I feel the same, if not worse. I cannot hide anymore. I cannot. So let's stop hiding. Come on and open the door. I am dying to see you. They will say something like this to you, and they will certainly melt your heart. They might even start weeping, crying, begging for you to just let them see you once. I will not tell you not to open the door. I will just tell you one thing though. The ritual is not yet over, and that is not your person. But whatever is on the other side really wants you to open that door. It is up to you to decide if you want to do it or if you choose to trust me and ignore it. Eventually, after it's done its show, it will leave. From now on, you will be waiting for your guest. Your guest will knock at the door 4 times. This is the magic number you are looking for. 4 knocks. It means the thing on the other side wants to be invited in. Before you open that door and welcome them with a warm, "Please come in," make sure the room where you will serve the drink is completely dark. They do not like to be stared at. It is also worth mentioning that when you do open the door, you will see no one there. Nothing. Do not let this faze you. Invite them in, as I told you to, and go take your seat at the table. They will already be there, expecting you. Pour the right drink in both glasses and take a first sip. Tell your guest that you are glad they accepted your invitation. To this, they will nod and then raise the glass. They want a toast. Raise your glass as well and say, "To love. May we live for it. May we die for it. May we haunt for it." Afterwards, make sure you finish your drink in one go. When you finally set the glass back on the table, you will notice your vision gets blurry. Your eyes will feel heavy, and just before you pass out, you will see your guest pull out the 3 pieces of folded paper and set them on fire. "It is done," they will whisper before everything turns to black. You will wake up the next day in your seat with 2 empty glasses on the table. The 3rd and final candle will now be completely burned, so the ritual is finally over. Now if you look closely at the bottle on the table, you will see that it is empty and the cork is on. But look closely. Closer. Closer. Yes, that little bit of dancing smoke. Can you hear it? Can you hear it screaming, crying? Really faintly, barely audible. From now on, your person will come to you any minute, really soon. They will simply drift your way, confused about whatever they were doing with their life before without you. They will only feel at home wherever you are and will only be happy in your presence. After all, home is where your heart is, right? Or shall we say, your soul?